Hello everyone, so this is a psychic prediction video for Pakistan by request. So when I tuned into Pakistan, what I got was a yearning from something new from the people. I got the sense that there's something about airplanes in the sky and just a general dislike of the airplanes and what this represents to the people, and I'm not sure exactly what this is, but that's what was coming up for me. I get the sense that people are upset about continuing circumstances, but this isn't necessarily anything in particular. This is just like the general living conditions that have been going on for a very long time. And there seems to be more complexity being added to it. Um, I get the sense that nothing can really get done in the country due to conflict preventing the progress, and it's like in Looney Tunes when people start fighting and there's like the just like the big cloud of like swirling lines of people fighting, and Looney Tunes is kind of the image that I was getting. Um, but there seems to be a little bit of a settling down of the angst and the yearning that people may be experiencing emotionally towards the end of their month that may go down a little bit, but the situation isn't going to go away. The situation just seems to be continuing, and it's kind of like a battleground type of vibe is the vibe that I was getting. And this isn't so much like they're being invaded or like a full out war, but it's like as if there's as if it's like an occupied territory or something like that. But I'm not saying that is the situation. I'm just saying that's kind of like the vibe of the energy that I'm picking up around this battleground type of situation. I was asked specifically about if the Pakistani government is hiding aliens or not, and so when I tuned into that, what I got was that the government as a whole is not in much of any operation of hiding aliens or anything like that from the general public. I get the sense that it's not really their domain, it's just not really their assignment or their, it's just not really what they're doing. Um, However, I do get the sense that there may be some higher ups within the Pakistani government, like very, very few of them, who have been exposed to more of the like international politics and geopolitics, and have had more experience with this and may have some experience with this, and they're kind of hiding it just from they're just not allowed to talk about it, basically. But it's not so much like the government holding it from the people as much as just individuals who aren't allowed to talk about it. So I do get the sense that in Pakistan, a lot of people there seem to be very in tune with the environment and kind of intuitive on some level. Um, However, with this whole situation, I see the situation becomes more complex, and I was getting the sense that there could even be, I don't know, maybe there is already a presence of U.S. military in Pakistan right now. I don't know, but I get the sense that in the future this could be coming in potentially, or there being some sort of U.S. influence because of the complexity and kind of trying to stabilize it on some regard, but also not necessarily make it stable by themselves. Kind of come in and take control, I guess you could say, of a complex situation. So this division and complexity worsens over the next couple months is what I'm getting from now, and right now it is June 2nd. In 1 year from now, I do get the sense that there will be a more defined leader, and he's going to have the persona of being spiritual, and I see this as being helpful because it's uniting, and I get the sense that this area in particular, or just Pakistan as a country, really can benefit from spiritual leadership because be- because it's just kind of necessary for the psychology of the people there. Um, I get the sense that this spiritual leadership, um, that's kind of like the governmental control, is going to be beneficial to the people on a spiritual level, but it's still going to neglect the bodily needs of like the physical body rather than the spirit, and so people will still suffer in that regard. Um, I do get the sense that life will start to look a little better than it is now in about a year, but it's kind of just the way that it looks, and it's as if somebody's just throwing glitter on a situation and they're like, now it's better because it's sparkly, basically. Um, there could be gang or terrorist, if you want to call it terrorist. I don't really see it as like big, like massive terrorist organizations, but just like, like gang like activity groups that form that are, defying the government, and you might want to call them terrorists potentially. They could be causing terror to people, but I see this being formed um, out of this chaos that's been going on. But I still see that overall things seem to be somewhat better in a year from now, maybe a little over a year from now. Potentially, things seem to be more community based a little bit. So, or more spiritually based, I should say. And so that kind of gives people just a better situation to be in, because people are more unified in that manner. So in 5 years from now, the energy is more calm, but it is desolate, and there's less people around. So so it's calm because there's less people around, I suppose you could say. I do get the sense that life is still hard, with more of a nomad vibe to the situation. Um, the top down rules of the government seem to be more respected than they are right now, which right now it's again like the Looney Tunes characters battling each other in a big storm of motion. So it seems like things become more clear and the rules are more respected, but at the very same time, there's less oversight. There's less structure to the country, so it's kind of like nomad type of vibe is what I'm getting here. And people survive more on their own terms. I do get that there could be more harsh penalties from the government and a harsh environment to live in around 5 years or so from now. When I tune into 10 years from now, I get that the environment seems less harsh, and this could be just like, I get the sense that this has to do with just the earth itself, but also when I'm tuning in right now, I kind of get the sense that this could also be related to the way that people treat agricultural agriculture and land around the area, and other things going on outside of Pakistan nearby. That's what I'm getting right now. So I also get that the culture becomes more community focused and improves in 10 years from now or so. And so this seems like a positive, and I see people, having fun together in large groups, and things just seeming much more cooperative. However, in 11 to 12 years from now, I see that there may be an invasion that causes a lot of pain to people. but people help each other out to get through it. But it does seem to cause a lot of problems in the economy, and I see the population decline even more so around 14 years or so. That would be the year 2036. So in 2040, I see a smaller population, more of a survivalist prepper mentality, and it's almost as if the country has become left behind a little bit. It seems like more people leaving. I get that the government will be loosely connected to the people, and the spiritual aspect of the spiritual leadership will have basically be gone by that point, and it's more just like a survivalist, you know, people getting by on their own sort of situation. Jumping ahead to 2060, I get the sense in 2060 there's industrialization that comes into the country, and it kind of takes over as if becoming part of a westernized country seems to be what's going on. Kind of futuristic. I mean, it is far in the future, but that's the sense I was getting. The current situation becomes the current situation of where it is right now. It's viewed as a historical landmark that people, reference and may go to learn about how things were way back right now. So of course, as as I go further out in time, things become more speculative. So take this all with a grain of salt, because the future is malleable, and that's why I make monthly predictions instead of hundreds of years predictions, because the monthly predictions are easier to, validate whether it happens or not. So the someone was asking specifically about the city. I hope I'm saying this right. Karachi, city of Pakistan. And when I tune into that in particular, what I get is people flying out of the country, people holding on to hope in this area of Pakistan, in that city, but it is only hope, and it seems to be helpful on some level in the way that hope can be helpful and keep people together and looking towards positivity, but it seems that this hope is not much more than just hope, and it fades away over the next 3 years, and the city loses vitality, is what I was getting. Resources become more scarce in 4 years in particular, and I kind of just see it as being on a similar path as the rest of the country. So that is my future outlook on Pakistan. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up, and there we go. Have a good one.